want to speak into a very typical narrative regarding broken homes. Um, Oftentimes, you will hear from the male that she's keeping my kids from me. When are you going to let me see my kids? I say it that way because that was the first text I got this morning after being all day long in court yesterday, listening to other people's dramas regarding domestic violence protection orders. And apparently my lawyer forgot about me and tried to leave, and I didn't properly go through all the channels I needed to go through due to lack of communication in order to get free legal aid help from her. But she did help me. But anyways, that's why I was in court all day long, was because she forgot about me. It was an easy, quick thing, but anyways, nothing was arranged regarding our children as far as custody goes, now that my husband has been forcibly removed from the home because of the domestic violence protection order that I was granted by the judge. And so for a year he cannot live here, and nothing was arranged as far as the kids go, but I did try to say something to my lawyer and to the judge too, but because it was close to 5, everyone was rushing to end for the day, and so nothing was granted for the kids. So my lawyer said, just do what you want. Well, yeah, I want him to have the kids. And first thing this morning, he says, when are you going to let me see my kids again? My kids. When are you going to let me see my kids again? Texting me. Like, not, how would you like to do the children this week? The schedule for the children this week? When are you going to let me see my kids? My kids. Like, they're not our kids? And I said, you can see them this evening so that I can go to Celebrate Recovery because the baby has a snotty nose and a touch of pink eye. So I can't put her in the nursery, but I would really like to go for my mental health and well-being. I did not say any of that. I just said, you can take them this evening so I can go to Celebrate Recovery. And I gave him the times. Well, that didn't work for him. So I said, well, the next evening. Well, that didn't work for him. Well, Thursday. Oh, and then I offer Friday. Okay, Friday will work for me. Okay, so he's going to take Friday. But you see that I offered every single evening this week, including today. Today's Tuesday. And it is not my fault that he has a job. I have a job that I can take my kids with me. He can take off work to go to court all day long. He can take off work early to go to Child Protective Services meetings because of his anger problem. He can take off work to pick up his kids so that I can go to work or so that I can go to Celebrate Recovery. There is a lot of times that he could put his kids first, but he chooses his job or his schedule or another event. Like he's going to like some farm event or something is what he said, supposedly for tonight. So that's why tonight doesn't work. And then he's like, well, I could cancel that, but really I should just do that because I already planned it. And that's fine. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. And so getting back to the original thing that I was saying is a lot of times you hear, so this is his narrative. This is what he is creating in his mind. I have impregnated this selfish woman who she just wants to keep my kids from me. She wants to take my house. She wants to take all my money. She blah, 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 blah. She doesn't clean. Blah, these are all the reasons why he justifies hurting me physically and spitting in my face. And so then he takes that narrative to his friends and his family and his circle, and he says, well, she's not letting me keep my kids, and blah, 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 blah. And when times are good, he will tell me what his family says about me. And like one time, he had the kids. This was last year, because we did this whole thing last year, a restraining order, and he had the kids every other weekend. And so he had his regularly scheduled weekend that he was getting every other weekend, living with his grandma. And his grandma was on the phone with one of her children, his aunt, I think, who just adores me. You know what I mean? She hates me. She, is just super rude to me on Facebook. I had to block her. So basically his whole family is, out to get me, and it's toxic. But, so she's on the phone with the aunt, and she said, oh, it looks like she let him have the kids this weekend. And this is Jared telling me that his grandma said that. And so, that helps me, not like his grandma. I don't know if that, he wants, I don't know, he doesn't want my family, he doesn't want me to get along with his family or his family to get along with me. And so they, pit each other against each other. But, yeah, he told me that his grandma said, oh, looks like she let him have the kids this weekend. That's the narrative. That, she's keeping the kids from him. No, I have lots of stuff I would like to do. I am doing this. I'm doing this, and I love doing this. Yes. For 4 babies. This is my 4th one I'm doing this. Nursing her. Yeah. Yeah, and my other one is in the bedroom watching movies on the laptop because he's taking this the hardest, actually. My 3-year-old, he wakes up in the night and has terror dreams and stuff. It's terrible. I think he needs to go to play therapy or something because he's happier when he's playing. But sometimes and then he'll just randomly be I'm sad, and I don't know what's wrong. So anyways, he's watches stuff on the laptop because that makes him feel better and distract himself from the pain that he's feeling. And I give him lots of hugs, too. And I made him pancakes this morning. So I'm doing these things. I'm taking care of my kids. Trust me, I'm taking care of my kids. Okay? I know I'm talking to my phone right now. But I have to take care of me, too, so that I can take care of them. And I have a counseling appointment at 11 in a couple hours and stuff. So I'm unpacking a few of these things so that I don't just unpack them all on my therapist. I would like to have a productive session with her. And a lot of times I'm just bleh, doing this. So the narrative of a broken home is the mom is keeping the kids from the dad. And, the mom's so terrible. And the dad goes to work all day long to provide for the family. And then the mom just takes all the money. The dad chooses to go to work, where he gets time away from the stress of the children. And he puffs himself up that he's making the money and he's providing for the family, and she's taking the kids from him, and she's taking all the money, and she just sits on her ass all day and doesn't clean and is lazy. This is a false narrative. And I'm not saying males versus females or anything like that, because yes, there are females who abuse males. There's reverse roles. I'm not saying this, but in my particular situation, it is the male to the female. And then I've also seen it with other people, my friends and stuff, who they stay-at-home moms with their kids. The dad goes to work, and then there's resentment that the dad resents the mom because she's home, and then thinks she's not doing enough, but he doesn't properly understand the stress and the amount of time that it takes to be a mother, and that you're constantly interrupted every 20 minutes. You cannot devote 20 minutes to cleaning something, especially when you have a little one. It's you stop You keep them from getting into this cabinet, or eating this off the floor, or oh, they've pooped, or oh, they've thrown up, or oh, they've scraped their knee. There is constantly being interrupted, and so your mind is like blah, 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 blah. And like sometimes you need to just like rest and sit and nurse the baby. Like that's all you can do. And especially when you're undergoing mental, emotional, spiritual, physical abuse, it's like I'm surprised my home is like is this much okay, because like it is a reflection of me, and it's cluttered, and that causes me more anxiety and more stress. And like every day I'm like, I need to declutter, but like now I'm to the point where it's like I need to just move out. That's what I need to do. And when I move out, then I will throw away all the things that I don't want. It's just a bunch of things that needs to be thrown away, and then I won't have clutter anymore, and I'll be forced to do it because I'm moving. So that's kind of like my overwhelming feeling lately, is that I need to move out. But now I'm totally off topic, but and it's 11-minute video, but I'm just saying that, like, if you hear somebody being like, oh yeah, she keeps my kids from me and she won't let me see my kids, it's like, okay, what choices is he making? Like going to work, pursuing hobbies, like the farm thing. Like Jared's got some farm thing to go to, so he chose that. Other commitments, exercise, hobbies. They get to do things, whereas the mom is like oftentimes what's the word? Not alienated, but the mom is made out to be like the evil one. I can't think of the word. Demonized? Yeah, definitely demonized, because I'm like a demon, like, yeah. Which I said the same thing about him. He's like got a demon possession going on thing that makes him angry and violent, but the mother is oftentimes demonized because it seems like she's keeping the children from the dad. But if you don't know the whole story, then you do not know the whole story, and just hang out in that area being like, I do not know the whole story, so I'm not going to judge their situation. Because oftentimes the mom is the primary caregiver, and so she has no choice but to do her job, which is to take care of the kids, and he's doing his job, which is to make the money. But honestly, you can live on very little, and we've been trained to live in a society where we need material possessions and all kinds of things, and we don't. Like, God said he would provide for us, like the sparrows and the grass and the lilies. He would take care of us, and going to a job where you're just making a lot of money and paying a lot of taxes, like, that's what the government beast system wants you to do, is to earn their fake inflated dollar with their idol king faces on the paper. It's fake. It's not backed by gold. There's nothing. We should be able to go out in the ground and dig and work, and then find some gold. And then the work that you did to dig up that gold is rewarded with the gold. It's the precious metal that is not, it's of high value because there's not much of it left. The paper dollar is not of high value because there's a lot of it, and they can print more of it. And at one time it was representative of gold, but it is not any longer. So for me, I don't want your stinking money. I want your freaking chicken feed to feed all those freaking chickens that I keep hatching out. I got some in the incubator right now. That's why I can't move out, because I got all these freaking chickens I gotta get taken care of. But anyways, I'd rather trade trade time, my work, my resources, things I grow on my farm, like eggs and meat. I would rather trade those for like labor, like somebody come and cut my grass because my husband don't live here anymore and the tire is flat on the lawnmower. Or like come fix my chicken tractor that's broken and my husband, I can't, you know what I'm saying. But anyways, you don't know the narrative behind a broken home. The mom most times does not want to keep the kids from the dad. She probably really wants him to take them, all of them, even the little one, so she can go and get her hair cut or go to counseling without having kids running around everywhere, and she can actually talk and cry and stuff so that she can go out and have a cup of coffee with her friend. She wants you to take the kids, but if your schedule doesn't allow it because you're so busy with work and you're so puffed up with pride because you're paying for everything, then just do that. Because most of the time that's what happens, is they just say, woe is me, she's keeping the kids from me, I have no choice, I'm just gonna work and just give her all my money and I'm just gonna like succumb to this life and then the mom's just like, well, I guess it's never gonna work out. He doesn't really want to take them when I need him to take them, and it makes it harder on me when I'm trying to go around his schedule and he won't go around my schedule, and then all he does is just say I'm keeping the kids from him. So fine, yes, now I am keeping the kids from him. Like, he created his own reality. The guy who has that narrative that she's keeping the kids from me, she's keeping the kids from me, and she's really not, then one day you wake up, yes, you got exactly what you created, what you made up, that story that you made up that was a lie. You said it enough until it became true. And now you're living that lie that you created, and that's your truth. Now, you can have your babies, Jared, whenever you want to. And you did have them. You had them every day when you came home to them and me. When you didn't take care of me, you spit in my face. So you lost me. And when you lose me, you lose seeing your kids every day. Because you can't be around me anymore. And I try to tell you that. Before I filed a restraining order, I tried to tell you that. To see if you changed, but you hadn't. You still wouldn't listen. So now you can see him every other weekend.